Hey Chiefs Kingdom! For this no one expected, it has just been confirmed. I'll tell you everything that happened behind the scenes, but if you want to stay on top of these and other news, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Without curling, let's go straight to the news. Today we have an injury report update that is creating a lot of buzz. Patrick Mahomes appeared on the list of chief injuries for the first time this season. In addition, we have news about other entrances that fought injury, including Isaiah Pacheco, Juju Smith-Schuster, and more. Let's get in that. So let's talk about Patrick Mahomes. He was listed as a full participant in Thursday training, but the team noted that they are dealing with an ankle injury. Now the exact moment Mahomes has suffered this injury is unclear. It's one of those things that just appeared in the report and surprised many of us. But knowing Mahomes, an ankle problem doesn't mean he's sitting. We have seen him play similar injuries before, as in the 2022 playoffs. Remember when he twisted his ankle, lost only a few units and still returned to take the Chiefs to a Super Bowl victory? This is the resilience we expect from it. Now, if the bosses were deeply concerned, they would probably have Mahomes sitting into practice for a while. But this is not happening. He is out there with the team, so although it is something to keep an eye on, there is little doubt that Mahomes will be on the field on Monday night, when the Chiefs face the Bay Buccaneers lid. Also, they are still the last remaining team in NFL this season, and Mahomes won't want to let this risk escape. Moving on, let's talk about running back Isaiah Pacheco. He has been out since week 2 with a foot injury and has been placed in a wound reserve, but fortunately it doesn't seem to lose the whole season. Coach Andy Reid recently made a reassuring update, saying that Pacheco is doing fantastic progress. Reid mentioned that while not directly involved in Pacheco's recovery, coaches and doctors are doing everything they can to recover it on the field. This is huge news, considering how impactful Pacheco has been for our race game. But Pacheco is not the only departure time that time is missing. Juju Smith-Schuster, who is dealing with a knee injury, has not practiced this week either. Reid said, however, that he is progressing, which is a good sign. Then there is the defensive Mike Dana, who was also transferred, but was back in the field in training, which means he could see some time on Monday. And finally, we have Nazeeh Johnson, our cornerback who suffered a concussion in last week's game against the Raiders. Reid said Johnson is still progressing through concussion protocols and is only step by step at this time. With Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson also dealing with injuries, the Chiefs had to deeply dig their depth graph in cornerback position. These injuries are definitely something to watch, but even with these challenges, the bosses have managed to make an amazing start to the season. Sitting at 7-0, it is not an easy task, and with Mahomes in the center, there is a certain confidence that the team can promote any setback. Of course, having a strong support cast like Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and the defensive line really helps. So what do you think, Chiefs fan? Mahomes' ankle will be something to worry about, or do you think he will be so dominant on Monday night? And with Pacheco and other Chiefs players working, how do you feel with the depth of the bosses advancing? Let us know in the comments. Now, let's get in this after the grocery coach Andy Reid has just sent a message to NFL is all about Travis Kelce. Travis had a rocky start this season, and yes, there was a lot of conversation around the league. Some critics were saying that perhaps he is slowing down, perhaps his best days are behind him, and, at 35, it is understandable why people may wonder if Kelce is the same dominant force he has always been. But guess what? The coach Reid never doubled it. And after last weekend's performance against Raiders, it is clear that Kelce intends to slow down soon. Let's talk about statistics. In this game, Kelce played a show with 10 catches for 90 yards, with an average of 9.0 yards per reception and 12 targets. Not only did he lead all Kansas City receptors, but also marked his first touchdown of the season in a big victory, helping Chiefs waging a 27-20 win on the road against a division rival. It's the kind of game Kelce needed to remind everyone that exactly who is, and Reid could not be more proud. The coach Reid did not contain himself when he talked to reporters this week. He made it clear that the NFL redefinition should take note. He is one of the great. You can slow down per minute, but not for long, said Reid. total confidence in Kelsey's ability to recover and provoke those who doubt wrong. This is not just talking either. Reed has been vocal in his support for Kelsey throughout the season, even when things were not going perfectly, and that is what faith was worth it. These are moments like these showing deep bond between Reed and Kelsey. Reed was there to support Kelsey, even when the critics were noisy, and now he is seeing his faith in his star end at the end of his life in the countryside. With the support of Reed and a little of that classic Kelsey fire, you can bet that we will see great moves of it as the season unfolds. Okay, Chiefs fans, what do you think? Kelsey is back on her old and unstoppable me, and is that the beginning of a great season for him? Today we are talking about some new additions on the boss list and what this can mean for some of the current players. Then the Chiefs came out and did it. They brought the pass corridor Josh Uche and the veteran receiver DeAndre Hopkins, solidifying an already strong list. Kansas City is the only unbeaten team left in the league now, and these acquisitions make an even more scary Super Bowl team. Uche's speed in defense and Hopkins' skills as stars add incredible depth on both sides of the ball. But with these new faces, they disappear into the future, especially when it is to keep everyone on the list next season. This is where things get interesting. Josh Uche and DeAndre Hopkins are on their way to free agents at the end of the season. If UCH has a year of breakout, it will reach a large payment day. To keep it around, bosses may have to make some decisions on the tour's list. In fact, fans Zach Presnell suggested that the QB Carson Wentz backup could be on the list of players who may not be out there to sign a long-term agreement. Let's break it. Wentz, who joined Chiefs this season in a one-year contract and $3,325 million, is there as the insurance behind Patrick Mahomes. Fortunately, he had to see the field, and we hope it will remain that way. However, given the shortage of quarterbacks throughout the championship, it would not be surprising if Wentz had a decent office to compete to start his job next season. At 31, Wentz has experience and can easily reach $3 million at $5 million elsewhere, especially if he has a chance to start the paper. With the potential extension of the UCH contract and the limit space required to keep other stars, letting Wentz go it can only be the financial movement that makes sense. Chiefs know they will have to make difficult choices, and Carson Wentz could very well be analyzing opportunities outside Kansas City if he wants a more active role and a larger salary. So, Chiefs fans, what do you think? Would you let Wentz walk to keep Uche in Kansas City, or do you think Chiefs should find a way to keep both? Leave your thoughts in the comments, be sure to like it, and make sure you are registered to get the latest updates.